You're listening to The Campus Tea, where we take the hottest topics at the University of Texas at Tyler and brew over them. This week, a quad conundrum. Is parking bad on campus? And with the new green we're scheduled to get, will it get worse? That's up next with your host, Claire Wallace.
I was coming from my parents' lake house, so it was a little bit farther of a drive. It was about a 25-minute drive from Bullard. So I was a little bit late to class and had some trouble finding parking.
The voice you just heard was commuter student Yasmin Khalifa, and her tale isn't an unusual one for UT Tyler students. It's a common theme for those who live off campus to jump in their car and drive the 20-plus minutes to class, only to then spend another 10 or more searching for a parking spot among the busy lots. Former commuter student Maria Iniguez still has her own parking horror stories.
I used to live in Wasco, which is an hour and a half away, and yeah, it was crazy because I had to wake up at 5 o'clock, maybe even sooner than that, get ready, head over here to Tyler, and make sure to be here around 6:30 or even sooner, because if I'm here even later, then there's nowhere I'm going to find a parking spot, and that's going to be even more late for me.
These early morning parking lot hunts are extremely common. Yasmin sat down and shared with me her own story of parking just that very morning. Oh, so what time did you get to class this morning?
About 8:15.
And you already had trouble parking?
Yes.
So where were you at? What parking lot?
I was at the parking lot in front of the University Center.
Okay. So by having trouble, did you just mean like it was pretty full, or you didn't get to park as close as you wanted to?
It was pretty full. I couldn't find a parking spot in the student section of the parking lot.
So you're a student, so then where did you park?
I had to park in the visitors parking lot, or else I would have gotten super late trying to park somewhere else and having to walk a long distance.
But the visitors parking lot is only for visitors.
Yeah.
How often do you park there?
Pretty frequently.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're having to park basically illegally because you can't find a parking spot even at 8:15 in the morning.
Yes.
The new Soul parking garage was supposed to be the solution to this parking dilemma. In an email sent to students at the beginning of the fall 2018 semester, UT Tyler President Michael Tidwell writes, "There are 485 more parking spaces than we had this same time last year. So we can say for the first time in several years, finding a parking space is not a problem." Maria wishes this was true. Have you noticed a change?
Not really, not at all, because I come here to work at 8, and sometimes I come here a little earlier, and I still see so much traffic. Sometimes I can't even cross the street because so much cars are piling up, and when I do, it's just I would still see people circling around the parking lot trying to fight for a parking spot. It's insane.
Maria found her struggle with parking so difficult that she even moved to the Foundry, a nearby apartment complex, just to avoid the parking lots.
Yeah, I chose the Foundry because it was more convenient that I didn't have to drive to the school. I could just walk there and, want to thing to worry about whenever I wake up. So if it wasn't for that, I would have not chosen it because it's not really the greatest place. But it's very, very convenient, so I took what I got.
Commuter students like Yasmin still have to do battle for the spots they want when they come to class. It not only affects their timeliness, but also their school performance. So you're telling me that it's easier for you to park for convenience and miss a class if you can't find a convenient one than to park halfway across campus and take a 10-minute walk to your class?
Yes. With a 55-minute class, a 10-minute walk could cause you to walk in really late and disturb the class, or if professors don't allow you to come in late, then it makes you miss your whole class.
Parking can be a challenge at times depending on the time of day. I really think there's only probably about 3-4 hours in any given day that are any problem for parking.
That was Andrew Kraus. He's the facilities director here at UT Tyler. He's gone to some big campus colleges, ones that require 15 minutes of walking to get to class. He doesn't encounter that as much now, but when he does...
There are times I do run into problems where I have to park by one of my utility plants and then walk a little bit farther.
So he gets to park by his utility plants and walk a little further. It raises the question, just how far? surely closer than students have to park and will have to park with the construction of the new quad, which, by the way, Krause is on the oversight board for. There's going to be a new quad.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take over parking lots 3, 4, and 5, I believe, which is the parking lots in front of the UC, the visitor and the faculty parking lot in front of the UC, and then also the bell tower parking lot as well. So
there's going to be no parking in that entire area?
No, the closest parking that there's going to be is parking lot 6, which is back by the alumni house.
I think that's ridiculous because there's already such bad parking in that area, and there's so many classes that go on right in that, like, that U-shape, I guess.
Mm-hmm. My thing is when people are coming to the university, they don't want to, if you're a visitor, you don't want to park that far away
Mm-hmm.
from the university center.
Yeah, the university center is, like, I feel like the core where everything, like, you know, all the information that you need, or like the documents that you need to turn in, or whatever, your advisors when you're a freshman, that's all at the UC. So if you're having to park far away from the core of the university, that's really inconvenient for a lot of people.
The only 2 parking lots at the front of campus that are staying are Lot 6 and Lot 2. Lot 2 is the parking lot in front of the Harrington Patriot Center, and Lot 6 is by the alumni house. That's around a total of 250 parking spots that UT Tyler is going to lose. So do you believe, with the issues that we're having with parking right now, is having the new parking garage going to be enough to really balance that out? Because that's central to the university. That's where most people try to park.
I believe that we do have adequate parking for most times on campus. Yes, we understand that UT Tyler is still mostly a commuter campus, but we have an increase with the parking garage coming online to our parking inventory beyond what we used to have, even with taking the lot 3 and 4 out.
Because isn't it just going to be a net gain of 100?
Roughly, yes.
So we're gaining 100 parking spots. Can Tidwell still say that parking won't be a problem? Next semester holds the possibility of a new parking crisis. Even though the construction on the quad starts in early January, listen to Krause's definitive plans on how to combat the loss of parking spots.
We are still working through the details on that. There will be visitor parking. It will either be in 2 or 6.
All right, so you guys don't really have necessarily a plan for where these temporary lots are going to go right now. You just know that this is when construction date is going to happen.
Correct, and we are still working out some of the details on the temporary lot.
The idea of a quad, according to Krause, was an executive-level decision, and it might be a decision that's not extremely popular among the students.
And I don't think anybody has really asked for a quad, or, you know, I don't think that's a huge concern or a need on the UT Tyler campus, because there's plenty of, like, spaces to hang out with your friends. There's, you know, we have that, so I don't think that's something that we need. I think we need more parking.
Krause's opinion?
I think having a quad, having a green focal point to where we can hold official university events is a good thing.
The decision to build the quad was never run by students. There wasn't a campus-wide vote. There wasn't even news about a quad until halfway through this semester. These unpopular decisions have been a common theme with the executives at UT Tyler, and Yasmin, along with the rest of the student body, is getting pretty tired of it.
I think that the administration should get more student opinion about the changes that they're making, because they're not really reaching out to students and asking them how they feel about these changes, and, you know, asking them what would be most convenient for them, because, you know, a college campus is for the students. Their decision should be, like, based on what is most convenient for students, or what do they need, or, like, what do they want.
Well, guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of the Campus Tea. If you have campus issues that you want to hear about, make sure to leave a comment or email us at thecampustea.com. Tune in next time for your daily sip of UT Tyler news.